Hi, I'm Bella, and today we're going to be making one of America's most favorite chocolate desserts. I call it a chocolate brownie cake because it's not a brownie and it's not a cake. So it's kind of like in between. So that's why I call it a brownie cake. And over here are all of our ingredients, which are very few. It's just 1 1/4 cup of granulated white sugar, 3 eggs. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon baking powder. I'm going to use 1/4 cup of self-rising flour. I'm going to use 1 stick, also 1/2 cup of butter, which is at room temperature, and vanilla. Now I try to use unsalted, and over here in this bowl I have 1/2 cup of cocoa powder, and I use the Hershey's brand. And I'm gonna just sift together all of my dry ingredients. So I have my cocoa powder in there, and I'm just gonna put in 1/4 cup and make sure it's leveled perfect every single time, like that. And just put that in. Now I'm gonna put in my baking powder, which is 1 teaspoon. Level that off too. And now I'm just gonna sift together all of them. My sifter is in here. I'm sure you can't see it right here, sifter. I want you to see that. And I'm just gonna sift it all together. Makes a crazy sound. It may take forever to get it sifted, but if you want a good cake, that's what you need to do. Sift all of your dry ingredients in one bowl. And there might be some lumps in there of the cocoa. And just mix together all of those sifted ingredients. And if you get anything around the sides, just wipe it up and wipe your hands. So just see there in the bowl, right there, all of my dry ingredients. And now for my wet ingredients. I'm going to take my eggs and my sugar, and I'm going to put them together. And now I'm going to use my electric mixer for that. And I'm saving up my money to get a stand mixer, but what I have right now is this. So this is what I'm gonna do. Mix it up right here. If you want to take a look at that. So I'm just gonna do this for like 4 to 5 minutes until it gets nice and creamy and thicker and a nice pale yellow color. So I'll just show you what it's like after I mixed it all up. Okay, so over here are my eggs and my sugar, which I mixed together for a really long time. Make sure they're nice and creamy. You can see the consistency there. So I just gonna give that just a quick whisk around with my spatula. And over here I creamed my butter, as you can see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add in my butter in here, which is to remind you, you should always have at room temperature. And just gonna whisk it together. And doing this makes it a lot easier. This is what I always do. Just quickly whisk it together. and make sure it's nice and all in one consistency together, all mixed together. Okay, so you see it right there. That's our consistency, and all I'm gonna do now is put these in. Oh, and we almost forgot about the vanilla. So I'm gonna put my vanilla in. I assume that's supposed to be 1/4 of a teaspoon, but you know, vanilla is just there for that little something that you need. And so that's all you need the vanilla for. I mean, really, you don't need to put the vanilla if you don't want. So this is your consistency. Now that I've added my butter, it's become a little bit more, how do you say it? Thicker, yeah. It's become thicker, as you can see there. And now I'm gonna take my dry ingredients and I'm gonna slowly add them to my wet, 1/3 at a time. I assume it's supposed to be 1/3 of it at a time. And just take that, mix it together. Now add this. And remember, this is a really easy trick that I learned by myself. And just do like that, and everything all becomes perfect. And now just the last bit. And actually, I think it will be easier if I use this. So I'm just gonna take this out, and I'm gonna use my spatula, which I think will work better. And make sure that nothing sticks to the sides. And you gotta really get it mixed in together perfectly. And I'm gonna show you a trick. Well, it's not a trick, but it's something, it's like a surprise in the middle, is what I would call it. Surprise in the middle. Sorry, that was just my dog. Okay, so this is my pan. Say like 9-inch round pan, right there. And I oiled it with vegetable oil. Then I put parchment paper down, and I oiled the parchment paper so that when I take out my cake or brownie or whatever you call it, it's going to be very easy to come out. And now for the surprise in the middle. Over here, I have 2 packs of raspberries. I would say about 1.5 cups of raspberries. And I'm just gonna put as many as I want of these chocolate chips. And so, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Make sure you get every last bit of that chocolatiness out of there, that beautiful chocolatiness. And now just pour half of it on there, about half. Just get that all around there. Everything all around all the edges. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add some raspberries. Just gonna sprinkle them there so that you get a really nice surprise right in the middle. And you get those mouthfuls of yummy, delicious raspberries right in between your chocolate cake. And I'm just gonna add a little bit more over the raspberries. Just a little bit, so it's like that. Take a look at that. And now what I'm gonna do, make sure it's all around all of the edges, touching everywhere. Add a little bit more raspberries if you want. Just as many raspberries as you want. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add chocolate chips. Yummy, 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 yummy. And this is going to be really good. Trust me. And, ooh, that looks, if it looks good now, just imagine when it gets out of the oven. Ooh, I'm dying to eat it right now, but I can't. And I bet it's going to taste even better when it's done. So now I'm just going to add in the last of my chocolate on top. Make sure it gets around everywhere so that nobody sees the surprise that's in the middle when you cut. But I guess mine people will probably see it because mine, I'm really trying hard to get it on the sides, but I guess I put a little bit too much, you know, going overboard. But okay, so that's a little trick too, like this. And I just like to garnish it on top with some raspberries too. And a couple more of these chocolate chips. And this is how it looks right before it goes into the oven. 350 degrees. And I'll tell you the other details right after I finish it and show you. I can taste it right now. Okay, so I got it out of the oven. Here we have it. Chocolate brownie cake. At least that's what I call it. So that's how it looks. And this is a little trick that I use. Just go like this. And there's that parchment paper that I had. Wow. Look at that. Now I'm just gonna cut a little piece. Ooh, nice and squishy. I'm just gonna eat it like it melts right in your mouth. It's so good. So, that's how you make it.